The Democratic race to unseat a Republican senator in Harford County turns muddy with a candidate filing a complaint against his opponent. Good evening, I'm Kelly Swoop. Art Helton served in the Maryland Senate before his opponent, Rovall Washington, was even born. But tonight, in an ABC 2 News exclusive, Jeff Hager has the story of how Washington is challenging Helton's candidacy, claiming that he doesn't live in the district he wishes to represent.
He kicked off his candidacy by filing to run for the Maryland Senate here at the Harford County Board of Elections. But Rovall Washington has returned here to get his opponent kicked out of the race.
The neighbors explained that he does not live there, that they've been there for years, and that they know who's been in and out of the home.
While you'll spot plenty of political signs bearing Art Helton's name outside this house in Joppa, Washington claims he still lives on his farm in Darlington, which would make him ineligible to run for the District 34 Senate seat. The candidate has watched the Joppa home for 6 weeks, where he spotted other people coming and going from the house Helton is listed as his primary residence.
And then you have another picture where he's going into the mailbox. It clearly says Helton, and that's not Helton.
Washington has filed a formal complaint challenging Helton's residency.
At this point, what happens is that it is sent to the State Board of Election, who conducts an investigation.
For his part, Helton says he can prove he lives in the house.
I have no idea what he may have or what he may have staged. I live here. My wife and I are both residents here. I've got my Social Security here. I got paid bills for water, sewer, for everything.
State election law requires that Senate candidates must live in their districts for 6 months before they file to run for office. Helton says he would have preferred to have taken the high road in this campaign, but if his opponent wants to make it personal, he's willing to do so.
I do know that he doesn't own a house of any record that I can find in the district. As a matter of fact, I find recently through some documentation that someone gave me that he did have a house that he owned outside the district, but it was foreclosed on last month.
Washington doesn't appear to be fazed by the counterattack. He says Helton has claimed at various times to live in Havre de Grace, Aberdeen, and now Joppa, depending upon which office he wanted to run for.
How can we have somebody like that represent you in Annapolis when he can't represent himself properly here in the hometown that we come from? That's not fair.
In Harford County, Jeff Hager, ABC 2 News.